Hello, and welcome to Barely Necessities, Laughing Places Disney merchandise show. I'm Rebecca Burbank, and joining me today in place of my usual co host is Kyle Burbank. Say hi, Kyle.
Hello. Hello.
Are you ready to talk Disney merchandise, your favorite
Oh, I
subject?
I'm ready for Disney merchandise as part of this cool kid summer, but I would like to say some hellos. Thank you, Curtis. Very nice of you. Daniel is excited. Nikki B says hit that like button.
Yes.
She's full of good advice. Geo, howdy y'all. A villainous day. Yeah, I think that describes it. Becca, I don't know if you saw, but there's as part of the Goofy Corps, they play with the big colorful parachute,
Oh,
and it's very much like PE class. It's kind of funny. And yeah,
okay. Yes.
Geo's agreeing.
Gotta love a good parachute session. Oh my goodness, that's so fun that they're doing that. I
A
yeah, I
parachute
haven't.
session you pay hundreds of dollars for.
I definitely have some catching up to do on the cool kids summer front, but I'm glad that you know what's going on. So if there's anything we need to be talking about, make sure you let me know.
We'll talk a little bit about it in one of the stories.
Okay, perfect. Well, are you ready to dive in?
I think so. I think it's going to drop you for half a second while I pull this up, but then I'll add you. See,
I'm
I
back.
forgot to do that before we started.
Oh, that's all good. That's all good. We've got the Twice Upon a Year sale back at Disney Store, as the name would suggest. This happens twice upon a year. So here we are heading into summer, and there's some clearance items on clearance, items on sale from the previous, I guess, previous couple months, and a little bit of last year. Um, this time, I feel like their discounts usually start really strong at like 50% off, but these are up to 40% off. But typically when Disney Store does the Twice Upon a Year sale, as the sale continues, the discounts get better and better. So right now everything is up to 40% off. You don't even need a code. You just purchase the items and they're the ones that are already discounted. It's pretty cool. So we've got toys, we've got some clothing, including some swim styles, some golf styles, items for mom, dad, all the kids, even the baby. Yeah, this sweater. Can we talk about this sweater for a
We
moment?
can talk about this sweater, please.
Okay, I love the concept and I love how detailed Minnie Mouse is, but she's like actually three-dimensional, like a crocheted or knitted Minnie sitting there on your shoulder. I could not wear that. I
Yeah,
would be so afraid to catch it on anything.
that, and then yeah, you have all these other 3D elements too, including just a random mini head, and on your that's something you can wear for like a costume to work. You show up for like the first 10 minutes, and then as soon
And
as you
you
sit
have
down
to
at your
take
desk, you take it off.
Yes, because you're gonna catch it on something. That would absolutely happen to me. Or I'd go to put a purse strap on and like there goes Minnie's ear. So I love how it looks. It's well executed, it's beautiful, but absolutely not for me.
And something else you noticed when you were putting this together is that we talked about, well, I don't know if we talked about on the show, but it $99,
Oh.
they increased the price of free shipping from, was it 75 before to 100 or 99?
Mhm. Mhm.
And then when you're putting this together, you notice that they dropped it to 85. So I don't
Yes.
know if that's where they're landing or they're still testing it or whatever, but
Yeah,
let's be
was there
interested in the development.
backlash with the, $25, $24 price jump? They're like, "Well,
They heard your
let's
point
do."
about the Spirit jersey, and they're like, well, I guess. Although Spirit jersey, because it's pre-tax, right? So most Spirit jerseys
Mhm.
still wouldn't qualify for 85. You still have to pick up something else.
Correct. So, but yeah, right now on the site, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Nikki, that's a good point. Mine seatbelt would do some poor damage.
Yes, Kohl's. Yeah, we're gonna get Disney Store cash.
There you go. Maybe so. Maybe so. But yeah, lots of items, including some Dooney and Burke items and Kate Spade that are part of the Twice Upon a Year sale. So not, deeply discounted, but if you've been holding out for a sale on some of the higher end fashion, this might be the time to shop.
Here we go. This is part of cool. It debuted with Cool Kid Summer. The villain, uh, Disney villains unfairly ever after.
Yeah, this looks interesting to me. I haven't watched any of our videos yet or really looked at any of our photos. So I'm still playing catch up, but
Yeah, this
uh
happened today. Jeremiah got to see a preview of the show
okay.
yesterday, but they didn't show him
Okay.
the merchandise. And so then, even though he was over at Epcot and going over to Magic Kingdom, he had to Skyliner back to studios to get this for us.
Well, I'm so glad he did because now we have this to talk about on the show, which is fantastic. Gotta love a good villain story, right? So this is an interesting. From what I'm looking at here, we kind of got an interesting mix of villains. Some of the most popular
Yeah,
villains.
so these are the three that are featured in the. So there's like 85, he said, villains that you'll spot during the show, like on the different screens and stuff. But
Oh
it's
wow.
really the story of these three main villains during the
Okay.
show. They each get to explain their side of the story and how they were unjustly treated.
Oh, those poor villains. So yeah, we've got looks like a magnet set and an ornament. There's a tumbler. I do like the tumbler, and then looks like some T-shirts as well. So
Yeah, so there's
okay,
this one that's directly tied to the show, and then another one that we've seen a little bit earlier, like a week or two ago, which is like a villains world tour, and that's I mean, they're gonna put it in the same display, but it's not exactly tied to the show
to the show.
technically.
Okay. Still though, some cool stuff. And yeah, they've also got the poison apple down there, which I'm guessing probably isn't exactly tied to the show, but fits
Yeah,
in with the villain theming. Very cool.
I'm sure there'll be plenty more when that Villains Land opens in about 10 years, and then
Don't we want a villains park? Wasn't that something people have been petitioning? I
yeah,
mean,
people have been talking about
petitioning
that for
for.
a long, long time.
So maybe one day. Well, that's really cool. We're going to jump back to Disney Store because June is officially Pride Month, and that means the Pride collection has already made its debut at Disney Store. I was telling Kyle before we came on that I was surprised there's not more. This seems like scaled back from previous years. There's only 10 new items for 2025, but also it could just be that it's early in the season as we actually officially start Pride Month, then maybe more items will roll out. I do like the colors. I mean, obviously it's a
Yeah, I
rainbow
like this pink.
rainbow flag, but you I love how bold and bright everything is.
Yeah,
Um, and I like that mug. I think the mug is a good design. I like that it's a shaped mug. I like that you have the rainbow on the handle. I'm not such a big
oh, I
fan
didn't
of
even notice
the
that.
heart hands like on the inside of the cup, but in terms of the exterior, I like
You
that.
and
I like that
Doobie,
look.
he
Well,
he
I
hates
like
heart
no, it's
hands.
not it's not that I hate the heart hands. I just don't know that I want the Mickey heart hands on the inside of my cup. That's all.
That's fair.
I
And
do
yeah,
like
like
that ornament too.
they've been doing these different colorful. There's one for Disneyland 70th, and then that one's like a R2 unit. This is a chopper unit, but still.
Mhm.
And I love this winking Stitch with his Pride hoodie.
I know, and that he's actually wearing the hood. It's not just like on his back.
I have to
The
be
hit.
careful with saying the Pride word with the dog next to me.
Oh yeah, because
We
we.
tease our dog. She likes to go for an RIDE, and
Mhm.
so sometimes when we're trying to mess with her, we ask if she wants to celebrate Pride, and she gets
So
excited.
yes, that's something we do for sure. Classic spirit jersey. I like the
And
earhead.
it's red, which do you know why it's red, Becca?
Is that because that's like that was the official color for like the
Well,
gay
yeah,
days?
the official color of the unofficial event at Gay Days Anaheim, they a lot of
Everybody
people
would
would
wear
wear
red.
red shirts, and so I don't know if that's what they're going for here, but I seems like a little bit more than a coincidence to me if they're gonna have a Pride collection.
That's true. It does make for a good backdrop too.
Yeah,
If you're gonna pick a solid color, I think I'd rather have a red spirit jersey than say like a purple spirit jersey. But and yeah, baseball jersey. This is baseball jerseys are the thing for 2025. We've seen this across various retailers and all sorts of like like actual sports styles, and then princess styles, and then like the Americana collection even has some baseball jerseys. So
Hmm.
yeah,
I love the
baseball
piping on
jersey.
this though. Again, it's just a rainbow, but I
Mhm.
like the way that it's like fades into the different colors all around.
Yeah, so even though it's a smaller collection from previous years, I do think that what they've curated for 2025 is a good assortment. And we're gonna jump back over to the parks. Yeah, we're kind of all over the place today for some
I
of
could
these.
have organized that better, but
No, I'm the one who put together the outline.
I'm the one who added the villains in between
Oh,
the two
that's
Disney
true.
Store stories. So it
I
is
did
my
tell you you
fault,
could do that.
but let's talk about these ugly shirts.
You think they're ugly?
I think the Russell one's kind of cute. I
The
don't
Russell one is,
like this like I understand they're trying to make it look 3D, but to me it just makes it look weird.
yes. I've seen some of these shirts on people and it really, really works. I don't think I've ever been able to pull off something like this. But it's like not quite cosplay. I don't know.
Yeah. The Russell one works. That's fun.
It is fun. I mean, and it's way better than wearing a sash with that many badges on it.
That's true.
Did you ever have to wear or were you ever part of like scouts or anything where you had like a
I
sash
made it
or
up to, well, I don't remember which comes first. I don't remember if it's wolf and then bear or bear then wolf, but I made it to whichever one is higher.
okay.
Didn't go on to Eagle Scouts. So I think we had sash. I definitely had, yeah, the handkerchief thing. Yeah, with the big knot thing that holds it. So I guess that was a sash. I don't think it was a vest, but yeah, Vinewood Derby, all that stuff.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I did for community stuff. We didn't do Girl Scouts, we did 4-H, and then our church had their own thing called like Pioneer Girls, and so you would earn badges for doing these different projects, and so I had a sash for that. So, but it definitely was not that cool. Okay, so Geo here said, sorry, I totally was missing that while I was talking. Put Mike in the Donald shirt. We'll see if he can pull it off. Yeah, yeah. And then he can even like have like if it doesn't work, he can make a mad face, and that might actually just completely sell the look.
There you go. So yeah,
So
we
yeah,
haven't seen
those
these on
shirts
Shop
are
Disney yet, or Disney Store. I
correct.
keep calling it Shop Disney all this time later.
Oh, gotta get that out of your head. But yeah, these are looks like they're $39.99 a piece, and we spotted these at Walt Disney World. So interesting. Might be fun for the vacation. Fun to get the whole family into somewhat matching outfits. Okay, here's another new thing for us. We haven't really talked about a lot of Doctor Who on Barely Necessities, and I had no idea this was even happening until it popped up on our site. Uh, Mattel and the Mattel Creations has opened pre-orders for a Doctor Barbie and for Ruby Sunday, the companion to the Doctor. This is based off of the latest iteration of the Doctor Who series.
15th.
Yes, the 15th Doctor. I want to say his name, the actor is Ncuti Gatwa.
Yeah, that's
Is
as
that
close as
correct?
that's what I've heard from Luke. Luke
Okay.
and I talked about this morning, and I'm pretty sure that's how he pronounced it.
Okay. So yeah, I have seen an episode where this doctor was introduced, and I haven't watched any of his uh, solo outings, but Doctor Who is a lot of fun, and 15th Doctor seems like he's going to be quite a character. So I think they're already on season 2, but this is, yeah, Doctor Who Barbies.
Yeah, they're on season 2. The finale is this upcoming weekend.
And you can watch that on Disney Plus, correct?
Yeah, it posts in the middle of the night because it airs in normal time in England, and then we
Okay.
get it afterwards.
Yeah, this is a BBC, as it says there, BBC show. She does look like the Skipper Barbie. But yeah, trying to like match her outfit and also the doctor's outfit. So yeah,
We were saying
these
though,
are
this
pretty
must have
cool.
been, yeah, they are. This must have been in the works for a while because there's another companion that,
Yes.
like, I think she's still around, but there's another one as well. So it's like, well, what about her? But they probably started this before they knew
Before
about
the
that.
Yeah, I'm always amazed at how like soon after something is released or is like part of the, zeitgeist. Uh, sometimes there's merchandise available right away, and other times it takes a while. So it's always interesting. I'm sure there's lots of like licensing and making sure that all of the facial sculpts look the way they're supposed to, that is portraying the image you want to portray. But yeah, these are cool. I don't think I will be adding them to my collection because I don't have enough invested into this doctor, but I'm glad that it is an option for fans. I think they're $55 a piece, and yeah, you can pre-order those now. So very, very cool. Okay, we got a couple of quick hits here. Carl, is it Lagerfeld? Kyle, am I saying that right?
That's what I was saying on the morning show. Nikki B, correct me. She seems to know who he is.
Okay. Yeah. So this is a late designer, correct? And this is one of his drawings of Donald Duck is kind of reemerging as part of a new collection. We've got Donald's signature there. I like those jeans. I think those jeans look really, really cool. I usually don't like a light wash, but I love a flare leg, and I think those look pretty awesome. Also, I'm always down for a good blazer. So can you go back to the blazer for a second? Sure. So that's got the K, I assume, for Carl or for his brand, but then you've got Donald in there as well. Am I seeing that right?
Yes.
So
yes, I gotta learn. I try to zoom in with my cursor and speed things up. So look, but yes, now we can actually see.
Yeah, so I think that looks pretty cool. That blazer is going to set you back $370.
The shirt's cool. It reminds me of like a chef or probably more of like a server or something. It looks very posh.
I can absolutely see that. Yeah, it's an interesting cut. And then there's a canvas jacket as well. Gotta love a good accessory, and I like all of these bag wow.
Yeah,
bag
I think
style.
this is probably my favorite. I think it works better as a bag than like a pair of jeans, but
yeah, absolutely. So do you want to get this tote? We talk about.
Tell me how much it is.
It's $2.99.
That's actually not bad. It's less expensive than the jacket.
Yeah, and I think less expensive than the. Let's see. Wait, what are the jeans? Oh, it's $10 more than the jeans. But I don't think you and I can both wear jeans, the same jeans. We can both share the tote bag, though.
That's true.
Okay, a Carl ponytail. So the artist's or the designer's signature hairstyle has been passed along to Donald Duck. So that's pretty cool. These are available now and higher end fashion. I like seeing Disney on some of these different brands, a little bit different from what we're so used to seeing. So pretty cool. And Donald looks like he's in a good mood. I like that.
Sorry, 1 second. Becca, we have breaking news on this show. Let me see if I can share this. On July 20th, the new Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away will debut at Magic Kingdom. We also got to look at some of the merchandise, but you guys can talk about that another day. But because this just posted 52 seconds ago, I figured I would share it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm really liking their outfits. Okay. You said July 20th?
July 20th, yes. Sorry, let me go ahead and send this over to our team because that's what I do.
You've been waiting for this. You've been waiting. You did tell me you were waiting for some date announcement.
I was, yes. All right, but I am back. Let me switch back to our thing. We're on Donald's butt, right?
Yeah,
From Donald's ponytail to Donald's butt.
Yeah, interesting choice of accessories here, but you never know what you're going to find at Disney Ever After in Walt Disney World. And we found these little plushies that look like Donald's butt. complete with his feet. Yeah, there's a tote bag there, and that actually has his face on it. But yeah, a pillow, right? That's what I'm looking at. We've got and a keychain. Yes, There's a crossbody bag. Okay, that's what it is. Not a pillow, it's a crossbody bag. I knew that. I knew that going into it. But yeah, I just thought this was interesting that we're getting a little bit of love for Donald Duck, even though I don't think this is a milestone year for him. Daisy is celebrating 85, but you know, gotta celebrate Donald as well. So I do like the lighter colors, the light blue, the almost pastel look, and the lighter yellow for his feet. Well, I can't. But yeah, pretty interesting there. And then we're also going to just briefly talk about a watch that's available, Citizen watch that's available at Disney Store. Earlier this month, there were 5 new designs that from Citizen that dropped at Disney Store, 5 new to Disney Store, I should say, including this Donald and Daisy Duck watch. This is actually a Disney Store exclusive, so you shouldn't find this anywhere else. These are unisex watches, but I think it has kind of more of a masculine look to it, and at least based on the watch case itself, in terms of like the size of the watch face, it's a little bit heftier of a watch. But I don't know. I like this. I like that it's not crazy. I feel like it could still be like there's an elegance to it. I don't know. What do you think about this watch?
I like it. Yellow gold's not my favorite, at least not in such quantity. If it were like a silver, I think I'd be more interested. I can see what you're saying, but I think I like round watches, but I also do associate circular with being a little bit more effeminate.
Okay, so there we go. We've got 2 different opinions here, but that's why it's a unisex watch. This is for adults, and you know, even if it says for women, for men, of course you can wear whatever watch you want. But when it says adults, I feel that that's the designer's way or the company's way of saying like this is meant to be worn by everyone. So.
And Gio was mentioning leftovers from Quackfest, but I believe it's Donald Duck's Quacky Duck City.
But wasn't that in Tokyo?
Yeah, but they could have
brought the stuff over here.
Over.
Yes, I suppose they could have. We haven't had a Marvel feature on this show for a couple weeks. That's just because I haven't really been looking for a lot of Marvel merchandise. But this week, Sideshow.
Casually looking.
Yes. Sideshow unveiled or unboxed their Hano Studios Magneto. This is a 1/6 scale action figure. You can watch that on YouTube as they unbox it. But this is a pretty cool action figure. And of course, it's from Marvel's X-Men. He comes with a bunch of accessories. I am digging the cape. I think the cape, at least in the fact that it has movement and it can be posed for movement, I think that looks really cool. And I do like his little hand accessories there.
Yeah. I also have always liked the combination of that red and purple. It's like Toronto Raptors colors. But
maybe he's the reason the Red Hat ladies got started.
Is it Red Hat or is it Purple Hat ladies?
I thought it was now you've got me confused. You wear red and purple.
Maybe there's purple ladies and Red Hat ladies.
I thought it was Red
blue
Hat.
Hair. It's all very confusing. Old ladies are confusing. That's the
It's just a fun color scheme. But anyway, that item is available for pre-order, expected to ship between now and the end of June. We're looking at a retail price of $175. So a little bit on the expensive side for a 1/6 scale figure, but definitely not the highest priced item we have looked at.
I'm guessing the Quacky Duck City, or is that what you're talking
maybe.
about?
We need a little bit of clarification. And then we're going to head over to Star Wars. This is also at Walt Disney World. We are at the Droid Depot in Hollywood Studios. There are some new Droid t-shirts. And I'm liking these. I like we've got a little, I don't know, mix of characters here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, kind of interesting. I'm gonna go through. That's a little much. Um, I don't really care. It is interesting to me how this is Arabic, but it almost looks like
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah,
I
it
think
threw
that's
me for
probably
a second there,
intentional.
but I
Yeah,
think
this
you're
one's
right.
my favorite, the R2 one. I like that it looks like there's a color difference between the sleeves. It also looks like longer sleeves. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a three-quarter sleeve or something, or if it's just a large shirt.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like the 3/4 sleeve. And
Okay,
I
I like three-quarter sleeves.
think it says astromech in Arabic,
Okay,
but
look at
I'm
you.
not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure that yeah.
And then yeah, this one, I don't know. This one is my least favorite.
Well,
It's
that's a
tie-dye
kid's
mashup.
shirt.
Yeah, I see
I
that
could
too, but
so I can see where that would be appealing to to some kids, but yeah. And then yeah, I don't know. They're kind of fun. I like the BB-8 one. I like that it's colorful. Um, I like that we've got a couple different like cuts and designs here. But yeah, these are available at Walt Disney World. So you can find those now. Bring them home for your
very
next
cool.
vacation.
Just because we got some time, I figured we just kind of take a look at this is some of the stuff that they just unveiled at the event that Jeremiah is at, looking at some of the Disney Starlight merchandise. I believe I was informed that these wands glow with the show, so they will supposedly sync up. Um, this Mickey with his hands like that reminds me, it feels very retro to me, to like
Yes.
celebrations of the
Yes.
past.
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally see that. I'm picturing it and I can't think of any of like I can picture that image. I can't tell you if it was on a
I'm sure
puzzle,
Nikki will
if
say
it
the
was
same
on
thing, but 35th anniversary at Disneyland is what I go to.
Okay. I think my
But yeah,
parents had
these
35th anniversary watches
I'll try to
for
show. I
Disneyland.
think we probably have a video in here, but these light
Okay.
up as well. These
Ooh,
ears. It's a look
those
you
are
can kind
pretty.
of tell in the photos, but they're photos, so
Oh, wait, can you go back to the headband for a second? I know.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm making you do
No,
all the
no, you're
work.
good. I will show a video too.
That looks like it's a removable headband.
Oh,
So
the
that
bow
might or removable bow. So that might be a Loungefly because Loungeflies
could be.
I
It looks like
really
there's a battery
like
pack because
that.
it's lights up.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't
okay.
can't see the side there exactly to see if it's. Let's see if we can see it
This
now.
is the Disney Starlight.
I'll just mute that because who needs it? So yeah, lights up says
Those
Disney
are
Starlight on the side.
pretty.
I think we found what Becca
Okay.
wants. I don't know why it keeps going between big and small. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, pretty cool. And again, that opens in July at the
Hmm.
Magic Kingdom.
July 20. Did I pass
July
the
20th.
short-term memory test?
Television, camera, man, woman, whatever it was.
Very
Anything else
cool.
before we get to the shopping list, Becca?
I think that's all I've got for today, unless you have something that you want to talk about.
I don't think so.
Just
Any
a
questions from the audience? I know it's a short show. My super
short,
short show.
not that short, not a super short show. Mike's
Hmm.
super short show, short.
Did you ever
But
watch it? You didn't have cable growing up, but it was a
I didn't. But
Disney
I was
Channel thing.
babysitter. I was
Oh,
babysitter,
okay.
and the kids that I watched had cable.
There you go.
So, yes, I had seen some of that stuff, but yeah. Well, I think then that does it for the for the main list. We've got our shopping list. Of course, today was another pin drop at Disney Store, and this special one for today was Administrative Professionals Day, and it's Roz from Monsters Incorporated. So if you need a pin from Monsters Inc., well,
I saw
there
that and
we
thought
go.
about sending it to you, but then I'm like, I don't think you actually qualify as an administrator. But I don't know. It's borderline.
Oh,
job?
because I work in an office job. Well, yeah,
Because you were originally
I'm not a
hired to be a
secretary
yeah, well,
or
I guess you were
a
never a secretary. You were a receptionist
yeah,
for a time, but
receptionist,
you
but
okay.
kind of, yeah. Eh,
A
it's
fine
still
administrative professional.
someone who, well, I answer the phone. I still do answer the phone.
You
Direct
administer
calls.
professionally.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully so. We also have a new Her Universe Disneyland Marquee collection. So these are more the ladies' cuts and styles, but there's 4 items in that collection. It's kind of a vintage throwback, a little bit of a collegiate style. So if you're a classic Disneyland fan, you might enjoy this collection. We've also got the Americana collection at Disney Store, which varies quite a lot from what we've seen in the parks. There are a few pieces that overlap, but if you need that good old red, white, and blue, there's some new items available at Disney Store.
And that's also
Previous,
separate from the Old Navy one.
yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, so there's Old Navy, and then Disney Store has their, or Disney, just Disney in general has their own Americana collection.
Can I make you big for a second?
Sure. What do you need me to do?
I want people to see the Uncle Sam.
Wait.
You
Yep.
got
Right.
Uncle Sam,
Right there.
Bucky back there. While we're talking about Americana collection.
Hold on.
That's all.
Do you want me to bring him over here? I can
Sure,
bring him
why
over
not?
here. I gotta unhook the
These are the
headphone.
hijinks you get when you put Kyle on the show. We bought him literally last night, and so why not show him off?
We interrupt the shopping list to show you.
To show you.
Bunkle Sam. Isn't that what you called him?
Yeah. And he's the same price as the regular Bucky, so you get the coat and the hat for free, was my logic.
Yes, he literally said that. He got in the car with this plush and he's like, I bought this one because it came with a free hat and coat. And he's also got his fun little tail here. So yeah, if there's a Buc-ee's near you, you might be able to find some really good red, white, and blue. Didn't you also say like, oh boy? And you're like, I don't think he sounds like that.
Yeah, he kind of sounded like Mickey in my mind. But they also had the cool red, white, and blue popsicle Roosevelt's shirt at our Buc-ee's.
That's right. Yes.
In a medium though, not a small.
If you like Roosevelt's, you will probably find them some select styles, some exclusive styles, or exclusive colorways at various Buc-ee's locations. But every time we've gone into Buc-ee's and we've looked at Roosevelt's, they've never had a size small. So if you're aware a medium or larger, you're probably in good shape. But if you're like us and you wear small for Roosevelt's, you might not luck out. So you might strike out. But we'll keep Bucky here, and we've got the trash can, the Main Street trash can candy containers are now available at Walt Disney World. They are, you have to, in order to purchase one of those, you have to make a minimum purchase of bulk candy. So you can't just get the trash can,
but a pound, right?
I think it's half a pound. I think the trash, if you're buying, or when you buy that half pound of candy, the trash can itself is $14.99. I think we did the math and it comes around to like 22 something is the minimum purchase, but it's all good. And you can purchase up to 2 of the trash can containers. So some fun stuff there, some cool collectibles. Roosevelt's last week had another wave in their Goofy movie collection that included a plush hat that looked like the roadkill hats that Max and Goofy wear. Those sold out immediately, folks. So sorry, but if you are
as
looking
you
for
predicted,
some,
you and Rebecca called it.
Yes, she did. She's the one who really did. But yeah, those were gone right away. We kind of got a peek at the pins that will be available at the at Walt Disney World later this year in celebration of the 25 years of pin trading. So there's a special event, I believe, in September, and you're going to be able to purchase tickets, I think, are going on sale soon.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see a preview of some of the pins that are going to be available, and there's some really good styles there. We've also got another LP on location. not entirely merchandise based, but Rebecca, Doobie, and Gideon were at Aulani, and they have a nice section of the video looking at the Stitch merchandise that's available there. So if you are looking for some tropical inspired styles, if you're heading to Aulani soon, then check out the LP on location and see what's available. And then also with Stitch, we've got a food truck and Stitch merchandise at Downtown Disney. Not Downtown Disney. Wow. I just ran with that one at Disney Springs,
I
Walt
did
Disney
too.
World.
I was like, yep, Downtown Disney.
So there's some special like
Pleasure
Joffrey's.
Island.
I mean, that was a long time ago. I visited many times when it was still Downtown Disney and Walt Disney World. But yeah, this is at Disney Springs, and there's some specialty items. And then, of course, there's all sorts of merchandise. And we've got some great photos of what's available at World of Disney. The in-character gift shop at Hollywood Studios is open. A lot of Little Mermaid items. Some cool photos to check there. And then if you are a fan of Marvel, we've got The Thing from Fantastic Four.
Fantastic
This
Four.
is a Entertainment Earth exclusive. It's The Thing wearing his trench coat and fedora. Pretty cool. And then we talked earlier about Sideshow and the Magneto figure. Well, they also have a Bib Fortuna, one of the alien creatures that serves at Jabba's palace in the Star Wars films. So,
and no, it's not something you wear when you're going to eat sushi.
That's right. But, well, that is it for me and the shopping list and Bucky and the shopping list.
I missed this comment earlier that I wanted to highlight. Nikki says we need a Coco Chanel daisy.
Yes. Yes. Let's manifest that. Isn't that what we're doing?
We're manifesting Nikki, Coco Chanel.
If any such thing happens, Nikki will have to have you on. So. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back, I believe, next week to talk more Disney merchandise. And yeah, we'll see you real soon.